As President Trump's trade war continues, Americans pulling back their spending as economic experts say tariffs could increase the cost of many day-to-day items for your family.
Yes, and our Heidi Hatch just spoke to former Governor Herbert about our current political climate and how it could impact Utahns. Let's take a listen.
We want to welcome former Utah Governor Gary Herbert with us today to break down a big discussion that's happening today here in the state of Utah about the future of international trade. Former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and other national leaders are here in Utah. Governor, thanks so much for being with us today.
Happy to be here.
So Utah always seems to, as we say, hit above its weight class. We've got a lot of people here that have interesting ideas. They've served important roles in our government. Why here in Utah?
Well, I think we are a culture of overachievers, and I think we enjoy international business. We are kind of an international state when you think about it. Probably the most bilingual state for sure in America, one of the most bilingual places on the planet. So we're built for international trade, and the summit today is a lot about international trade.
The international trade community, I think everyone right now is paying really close attention to tariffs, what happens next, and I think the question marks are the biggest concern for people right now is they don't know what's going to happen, if the pause is really going to be a pause, if tariffs are going into place. What was the overall arching theme on tariffs today, or were there a lot of diverse opinions?
I think the overarching theme is probably we have chaos. We don't understand. There's a lack of predictability. Uncertainty is becoming the norm. It'll eventually settle in. I think most people feel we just hang in there and things will eventually work themselves out. Most people, they talk about saying I'm not really in favor of tariffs. And sometimes they're reluctant to criticize the president for imposing tariffs, which is what he said he was going to do in the campaign. So how do we navigate that as states? For example, I think Utah is a state that says we're open for business. We'll deal with anybody. That may not be what's coming out of Washington, D.C., but for states, we're sovereign. We have the opportunity to do business with other countries, and we are.
We are sovereign, but if you go make a deal with another country and you bring those products back to the state, it still has to abide by the federal laws and whatever those tariffs are in place, correct?
The costs will go up, there's no question about it, and it probably doesn't help us in the short term, maybe in the long term. And I think President Trump's got two different ideas, and they're kind of competing. One is, I just want fairness across the board. If you charge 5%, I'll charge 5%. And that's what he said in his first term. I sat and listened to him talk about it. This time it's a little more depth and a little more broad, and some of the people think it's more about China. What can we do to isolate China and make sure that they're playing fair? And they are not, and everybody knows they're not. So this is, I think, is a strategy. Whether it's going to work or not, who knows?
Hey, you can hear more from Heidi's interview with former Governor Gary Herbert on this week's episode of her Take Two podcast. You can listen to local leaders about national and local politics. A new episode every Friday. You can download from wherever you get your podcast material.